Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Warframe stream with Mr. Payne Games. Today, I am going to try to learn some of Wisp's skills and how to use her in ways that are good and meaningful and helpful to my team. So, to get started, let's talk about what Wisp's skills are. We can look over here at the right side of the screen and it'll tell us what she can do. Her first skill sets out these reservoirs that uh, give us buffs. Both me and my teammates, it gives us buffs. Um, so those are great. Basically, you want to keep the reservoirs out and keep the buffs going for as long as you can. Will-o-wisp is the ability to it seems like shoot across the screen very quickly in sort of a ghost-like form, which I don't know, does damage to enemies, confuse and distract enemies is what it says. I don't really understand this skill's purpose, if I'm being honest. I'm sure that there is a purpose and that there are people who have figured out how to maximize this skill and make it really useful. I just am not that guy. Um, So I may have to learn about this skill or figure out if this is a skill that you want to replace in the Helminth or with the Helminth system. Breach Surge seems like it could be useful. Um, you basically, I think, sort of blind the enemies. You do this thing and it goes through and blinds bad guys and does damage to them. I could definitely see this being useful. And it says if you um, teleport to one of the moats or the reservoirs, that it will double the range, which is pretty good, seems like. Doubling the range and um, the amount of damage that you can do in that range seems like a good thing. And Soul Gate, Soul referring to the sun, I assume, is going to basically make us into a giant sun ray that's going to burn and destroy enemies with heat and radiation damage, it looks like. So, those are the basic skills right now because Wisp is unranked for me. I only have access to the first of the reservoirs, but those will unlock as I level her up. If we look at her abilities in the sort of cheat screen, it'll tell us a little bit more. Her passive makes her invisible to enemies while in the air. That's pretty cool. And then there are several tips over here that might help us. So I'm just reading these right now. Okay, that's interesting. Those tips are not really giving me anything that's going to help me be a better Wisp player. So I don't know. I'm going to be counting on my team probably for a while as I try to learn how to play with Wisp. Wisp's appearance. It just so happens that at some point I was able to procure a Dex skin, which gives me some, I don't know, some additional lines and some more creative features. This is what Wisp originally looks like, which is, I mean, pretty cool actually. I like it, but a lot of Warframe players think that if you just leave it with the base design, that you haven't really made it your own and that you've been lazy and that you're an abomination. And so I put some color on her just to make her a little prettier, or at least to, match my style a little bit more. I have two unranked weapons that I'm going to take in with me to try to get some mastery rank out of them as I rank them up. So the Dual Raza and Pandero Prime, which is one of Octavia's weapons I just unlocked yesterday or day before yesterday. So that's pretty cool. So, is there
Thanks.
anything
The
else that we
service
need
job
to
took me
do
from nice
before we
salary
get into it?
to
I don't think so. So let's get into a mission and we will start trying to rank her up. Of course, I go to Sedna and Hydron because it's going to allow me to stay within affinity range of most of my team and basically siphon, not focus, rank up points from them, which hopefully makes this process a lot faster. I was talking to my oldest son last night, and he said that his PlayStation 5 does not have these loading screens like this, and it's so much fun. I would love to get a PlayStation. But alas, I am just a high school English teacher who cannot afford one. Ugh, I got disconnected from my group. I hate it when that happens. Another advantage maybe of having a PlayStation 5 and not having the loading screens. You just go straight into the mission. That would be so nice, wouldn't it? Now we have to do this all over again. It's like 45 seconds of my life I'll never get back. Really, I shouldn't complain. My life is pretty good. I get to play Warframe a bunch. No, I'm not going to try to join the other team again. And Mass Effect, I get to play Mass Effect, and I have a nice family who loves me. Lots of things going for me. I'm going to get in this time. I believe it in my heart. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements
I
arrive.
know what I was going to talk about. I was going to show you my starting mod setup for my unranked Wisp, and I totally forgot. We can go and we can look at it after we get through
We are
a
readying
few waves.
reinforcements. Keep fighting, Tenno.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started, because nobody else had. I'm gonna try to stay close to the pod and keep the moat going as much as I can. I think it's largely dependent upon my proximity to it, although I'm not 100% certain about that. And I'm also pretty much sticking with my melee weapon because the pistol, I don't know, it's not bad. It's just it's not fast. And it's also not doing a ton of damage. So that's, that could be better. I feel like somebody gave me extra speed. I feel like I'm going fast. One of the reservoirs that I can set out gives extra speed, I believe. So I still only have one reservoir type that I can use. Let's see, I've got my second skill unlocked. What does it do? I don't have any idea what that did. I tried using it, but I'm just not. I don't know. I don't understand. I saw it activated the skill. I just don't. I don't know what the skill did. Get out of here, bad guys. Breach Surge. That is the one that blinds enemies, right?
reinforcements
we
available.
want to stay in battle so we
Choose
can
to leave
continue
now
to
or continue fighting.
get the
Continue
XP.
to
Let's
defend.
see,
You will be rewarded for your
my other
bravery.
motes are still locked. Let's try the Breach Surge. Were we able to see what happened? I don't think we were able to see what happened because somebody... Oh yeah! Somebody else did a bunch of damage before mine could really take effect. Sometimes that's the bad thing about playing in these big groups like this, or the public sessions, is that other people have really powerful warframes and weapons, so I don't actually get to see what's happening. But also, I'm here leveling up Wisp, and I'm using unranked weapons, and so a low mod setup, which means that I can't put out a whole lot of damage right now either. Um, so it's actually a good thing if they're doing a bunch of damage. Let's do the Breach Surge, see if I can blind some guys again. Stun and blind, stun and blind. Oh, this guy is an Exilus. I got him. I'm gonna try the Will-O-Wisps again. I'm gonna need some help. If you understand Wisp's gameplay, and you can help me understand it better, especially that second skill, Will-O-Wisp, I would really appreciate if you would leave me a comment, help me understand how to maximize that particular skill, or understand what it really does. My reservoirs just leveled up, or ranked up, so that's good. I wonder if that means that I have access to a different type of reservoir now. Let's see. Yes, I can set out a haste reservoir. That should be fun. Maybe I'll put it here too. Oof. Did that double the size of the reservoir? I feel like maybe it's supposed to. Sure. I don't know what's happening. Come on. Shoot the guy.
Extraction ready.
Should we stay?
Unless you
We
can
should
handle
stay.
more
The
on
other
the
guys are
island.
ready to stay. Let's stay. Gets us that extra experience, mastery rank points.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear
So now
soon.
if I look at my moats, I've got haste and vitality. So vitality is going to keep us healthy, I think, and haste makes us faster. Speed is always a good thing. We like speed. Of course, we like health, too. Ah! I lost my shields. Although I guess as long as I stay in the vitality moat, or reservoir, I'm not sure which it is, moat or reservoir. I am going to be a lot harder to kill, I think. Trying to use that breach surge as much as I can, because it blinds and stuns enemies. Like these Nox guys. Here we go. Here we go. My fourth skill just got activated. Or unlocked, I should say. Couldn't really tell if that was doing damage or not. I mean, it looks like it's doing damage. So I think the tips said that you can use the Will of Wisp to get people in a line so that then you can, I don't know, use the fourth skill on them. But I'm still not sure how that works. Somebody else here, Wisp? Is that guy Wisp? Oh, fire guy, fire guy, fire guy. Wave 14, probably one more wave, and then we'll go back to the orbiter and see if we can mod things or equip different weapons or something. I think that other guy is a Wisp. So the 4 skill, I really like it. Although I think that guy's fire, I got stuck there and
Extraction
then I
is
almost
ready,
died.
unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Hey, I've got somebody watching. Hello, whoever you are. Who's on the line? And do you know how to use Wisp? Because I could use some help in the comments. I got the Dual Raza fully ranked up and the Pandero Prime to 29. That's pretty good. I'm not going to be able to put any new mods on Wisp yet because she only made it to rank 18 and my mastery rank is 21. So I didn't gain any capacity. Ah, my viewer left. I had a viewer and then they left. I guess they won't help me, won't be able to help me understand Will-O-Wisp any better. But that's okay. That's not their responsibility. So let's look at the setup that I have going. I'm actually going to equip a different melee weapon. So in all of the videos, well, not all of the videos. I watch a lot of videos by MH Blackie. You should follow his channel if you are interested in Warframe because he has really good guides. He suggests that do you want to mod for damage. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So we have critical chance for damage. We have damage to the faction that I'm fighting against, Grenier, although this mod is still rank 0 because I didn't have very much capacity. And then the Hornet Strike does base damage. I'm going to take this one off and see if I can get uh, Barrel Diffusion. I can. Okay, so Barrel Diffusion gives us multi-shot, which means you shoot more than one bullet at a time, kind of. And so that increases your damage because you get
Stand by while
more
I
shots out,
review
which
template
means
profiles
more
of
damage being done. So
already
you want to
available in
do
Lumber.
base damage,
Did you
critical
know that
damage,
templates
and
are free?
critical chance. Multi shot is useful. That's 4. Um, Status or elemental damage type, and then faction damage, I think, are the six that he suggests you want to do. Now, obviously, I only have 29 capacity on this weapon because it's rank 29, and I haven't done any of the other things to get a bit more capacity. So I can't do all of those things, but for now, the critical chance, base damage, and multi-shot is, I mean, that's pretty okay. I mean, my critical chance is 76% with almost a 3 time critical multiplier, so that feels pretty good. Maybe it's not. MH Blackie might look at it and be like, huh, what a noob. Wilbur Milber says, I would recommend doing Sanctuary to level up quicker. That, um, I have heard that that's a better way to rank up. Is it? I don't, I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot of the Sanctuary Onslaught because I just don't enjoy that part of the game as much. Um, and I've also like failed a couple of times, so I don't go there. But I do understand that it's better because you get bonus, right? At the beginning of each round, you get the affinity bonus at the beginning of each round, I think. Uh, so this is what I have on Wisp for right now. Energy, I didn't want to run out. I wanted to be able to keep her reservoirs active. I wanted to keep them active for as long as possible, and I wanted to stretch out my range with stretch and overextend because the breach surge does have a radius, and I want for it to hit as many people as possible. And yeah, the beam on my 4, I can stretch it out there a long way too. Well, Wilbur, let's see what we do. Let's see what we can get. Maybe we can do the Sanctuary Onslaught and finish leveling Wisp up faster than we can at Hydron. Go to a busy instance. Maybe that'll give me a better
Oh, lovely.
um,
Everything in
give me a better team, which might help me with it. I do have her augment mob, the fused reservoir. Is that the one you're talking about? That gives you, I can't remember what fused reservoir does, but I have that augment mod for her. I just don't have the mod capacity for it yet. I feel like Wisp is like the quintessential support um, Warframe. Not that she can't put damage out, but I feel like she just is a support frame
I can
because
feel
of the
the
moats, the
devotion
reservoirs.
to the
Um,
sanctuary. Show me your
so
dedication to the sanctuary.
what does the fused reservoir do? Let's see. I wish to attempt sanctuary onslaught.
Hunter, my research needs you. Are you ready to endure the rigors of the
I'm
sanctuary?
Should I do the regular sanctuary onslaught or the elite? If I'm just leveling up, I should probably stick with the regular, shouldn't I? I feel like I'll be pretty useless in the elite sanctuary onslaught. Okay, the regular.
Your thirst for knowledge is as insatiable as mine.
So, Wilbur, this is my first experience with Wisp, playing as Wisp. It's not my first experience with Wisp. I've played in teams with Wisp before, obviously. People love her. But
This is a stress test. Destroy all specimens as quickly
the
as
augment
possible.
makes a special
This
molt that
chaos
costs
will
extra
truly
energy, but
ensure
it's
the
all three types.
irreplaceable
Oh,
build.
that makes sense. I understand it. I should put out a moat, shouldn't I? Oh, right. And then Onslaught. You're supposed to look for the glowing yellow things. That door will not open. There's not one over here. Oh, good. I did equip a melee weapon. I was afraid that I had unequipped my melee weapons. This door should open. Nope, I guess it won't. Well, the yellow helix looking things have to be up here, don't they? Because none of the doors down there would open. There, we got 4 out of 4. Good, my team helped. Did I just put another reservoir on top of the same reservoir? I did. I'm so dumb. I do have Prime Flow. It's not max rank, but I do have it. Let's do a haste reservoir over here.
A new
Hey, a B plus. That's about how I did in school.
moves to a new zone.
Her third ability does the most damage. The radial blind. Or that's not what it's called. The breach surge. Just keep doing breach surge. We got all 4. That's good. I think I switched to the vitality reservoir. Oh, doggone it. See, I have a lot to learn if I'm going to get good with Wisp. God, I hate the fire Exilus. I hate him. Where's this bad guy at? They are. Conduit materializing over here. A minus. I feel like an A is pretty good.
Immediately.
I would love to get Wisp Prime. Obviously, the Prime variants with their innate polarities are
Do not weep,
an
priest.
awesome thing
We
that,
are immortal.
of course, you
We
want.
can and have
Um,
faced 1,000,000,000 deaths. You, however,
I
defend
don't
your
know that I
own
have the
power with
relics.
synthesis.
Like I didn't have enough Aya to
Failure
purchase
need
them,
not be
and I
consequences.
just am not going to spend the money um, to do it the fast way, you know. Um, but yes, I would love to get her. I have a couple of her parts that I've been lucky enough to get just with running running relics, just with public teams. I'm always trying to get the prime variant of Warframes. And honestly, I think getting the prime variant of the Warframes is easier sometimes than getting the base. You're right, the Breach Surge is that's where it's at. Sometimes cracking the relics can be pretty tedious. It can get old, but I do like that they're a really good place to get Warframe and weapon parts, and uh, those things can be sold for platinum, which means that you
Enter
can
the conduit now.
do things like buy more Warframe slots and things like that. The you have to beat the Rope list, right, to get her stuff. I think that it only took me, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 runs to um, defeat the Rope list and get all of her parts. I was pretty lucky, I think. I got one of the things that we're looking for. Take that guy out real quick. Ha, 2 out of 3. We got a Revenant in with us. I didn't notice that before, but oh, hey, I got the Shock Reservoir. Probably shouldn't have placed that reservoir right next to the wall. That's bad placement for it. Oh, there it was. I got the third one. That's what I was looking for. Put out a Vitality Reservoir. Have I done enough of the Sanctuary Onslaught that I should call it quits after this? Nah, Revenant and I both did our 4 at the same time. Okay, so do I exit if I just don't go through the conduit? Is that how I get out of this thing? I think it
The
is,
data
right?
conduit is open. Go now.
That's what I was thinking. And see, that yeah, I know that she was really popular and that she was selling for an outrageous amount, but that just seems silly because she was brand new and had all the time in the world to get her parts and stuff. I don't know why somebody would spend 800 platinum
Hunter,
to
the sanctuary will
get
go
her
on without you.
and then have access through the relics for another month or whatever it was. But I say that, and I don't have Wisp Prime, so certainly not an expert. I kind of do this all the time. I do the dumb stuff where I decide that I'm going to wait on stuff, and then I miss out on it. Yeah, I might end up having to do that too if I want to get her to just buy a couple of parts. What do you mostly use her for? Defense missions? As a support, it seems like defense missions, maybe mobile defense would be where she shines. Let's see, I can put a little bit more on her now. 5. Whoops. Let's look at the augment mod. Oh, it takes 6. Absolutely, you can join to level up. Um, you use her for everything, really. Hmm. Any suggestions? Should I take one of these things off in order to put uh, the fused reservoir on? Or should I just wait until I get her ranked up further? Now you've got me curious what I have. So I've got the Wisp optics, Wisp Prime blueprint. So I need the systems and the chassis.
Operator, Ordis
And I
has
do
been
have
interfacing with the Foundry's AI
relics for the
presence. You could
systems,
say we forged a new connection.
and I have relics for the chassis. So I just need to farm the rest of her parts, it looks like. Yeah, I am probably not gonna put a reactor on the base if I can get the prime version of her. It just makes sense to me to wait until I get the prime version because that's the one that I would use. I do have some reactors though. Looks like right now I'm sitting on 2 reactors and 5 catalysts. What's your in-game name, Wilbur? Did I spell that right? Wilbur Milbur. Is that you? Wilbur Milbur? All right. Looks like we're on. Are we going back to Sanctuary Onslaught then? I'm not sure if I've said this yes, but thank you for logging on to the stream. I know that YouTube is not a great place to stream. Just it's not the first place that people look for streams. But I'm not sure if I want to pull the trigger and go to Twitch. It seems like kind of a big step, especially given that I'm not very good at streaming or Warframe, for that matter.
I can see you are hungry for the knowledge of the saint.
Attempt
I heard
Sanctuary
my
Onslaught.
research. Your thirst for knowledge is as insatiable as mine. Knowledge must be earned, Tenno.
Oh, you stream too. What's your channel name? Post it. I'll check it out. Oh, what system do you play on? Are you a PC or I could probably look at your profile and see that, but excuse me.
Kill everything you encounter. Do not relent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought a PS5, not PS5. I bought an Elgato um, game capture card that um, is pretty good. It's pretty useful. I don't think that it necessarily makes it faster, but it might. I don't know. Need to set out a moat. There's the third one. And I found the fourth one. Nice. Now it's just a matter of killing the baddies, right? $880 away. That can't be right, can it? Plus, it's right in the middle of the screen. Okay. I was starting to freak out. I was like, how on earth am I supposed to get there? A minus,
I have
that's not
opened a
bad.
new
That's not
data
bad.
conduit. Proceed immediately.
It's not up here. Got one. That dude did one round of Sanctuary Onslaught and left. There's the third one. There's four. So the fused reservoir, if I'm understanding you correctly, you set one reservoir out, and it does all three of the buffs, right? It does the moat, the vitality moat, and the haste moat.
A data conduit is open. Go now.
We're going again, right, Wilbur? I think I saw you go through. How many of the moats can you set out?
Do not weep for
Is it
these
still, are you able to do
common
3
mortals.
moats,
They can and
or
have
does
no
it reduce the
purpose.
number of moats that you can
You,
put out
however,
because you're
cannot enjoy protections of synthesis. For you,
basically using them all?
failure has real life consequences.
Or reservoirs. I keep using the wrong word for them. Here's one of the things. There's the third one. You're limited to only 2 moats. It's 3 normally, right? You can put 3 moats around otherwise. I feel like that's right. What's the plan, Wilbur? Are we going? We
Enter
got
the
a B plus
conduit
that time.
now. Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
Are we doing another round? I'm not sure where you're at. I'm looking for your gamer tag, and I'm not sure. Did you go through? I think you did. Already found 2 of 3. That's good. There's the third one. I got it. Whenever you teleport to the moat. Does that, did I see in the tips correctly that that increases the size of the moat or the reservoir? I might have misunderstood because I do that a lot. So I look at the moat and use three, two. Does it have to be my own moat to teleport to it? Because I saw it do it earlier. Yeah,
A
that does
new
work.
data conduit is open. Our experiment moves to
It doubles the range of the surge. Okay,
Hunter, you are running out of time.
we
Enter
gonna
the
exit
data conduit.
Onslaught.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without
What
you.
is the? See, I'm genuinely I'm trying to learn. Oh, I'm rank 29. That means we got to do something else to get to rank 30. So the surge does damage, right? Um, so to maximize its effect, you want to go outside of the mold or outside of the reservoir, teleport to it, and then the surge does damage to guys. Is that right? Actually, let's fast travel to navigation. How do you want to test it? What are you thinking? Oh, the simulacrum. I mean, sure. Oops. So now I ought to be able to put the augment on, and I think I'll have just enough to max it out. Oh, it's not going to let me max it out. All I can do is put the mod on. I'm just going to default back to my Ignis Wraith because, it's a flamethrower and it's easy to use. I don't have to aim. Okay, what's up? Do we spawn in bad guys? I have it set up to enemy level 70 and I have them paused because that makes it easier for me. Set it to right. So I'll. I'm not sure how I feel about Nautilus actually. So if I switch to, does it matter which reservoir I put out if I've got the fused reservoir on, or does like I just put it out? Okay, and then I go out of range. That did not work because I wasn't looking at it whenever I activated the skill. Well, that pretty much killed those bad guys. Okay, try it again. Come over here out of range of the moat. Do I have to wait until the the wisp gets there? Like I'm not sure how to tell when my gets to the moat. I'm gonna clear this. I'm gonna spawn in some different kinds of bad guys. Let's go with heavy ones. Maximize them, level 100. Sure, sure, sure. So did that do the surge then? Because they started, I mean, they were shocking. I was gonna change away from my Nautilus. So I'm not sure that the grouping is actually helping me. Oh, you have to hold. I think I get it. I think I get it. Let me take Nautilus off. I'm gonna switch to Puddin. Puddin ain't gonna do very much damage because only level 3. Right. Let's do this one more time. So I don't have the moat out there anymore. Set the moat and then go. No, holding it didn't work. I still don't understand how the surge works. So I get the reticle on it. Which ability is it that does the surge? Three. Okay. I'm so dumb. All right. So I'm going to set that down. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to look at it. Hit breach surge. So then what I'm thinking is you want to set these motes out and you just want to breach surge back and forth between two of them. Is that the best way to do it? Let's just breach surge to that one and then back over here. Do a little bit of damage. Breach surge back over here, do a little bit of damage. Okay, I can dig it. How long does the breach surge last? Right now it's only doing one damage. If I put Intensify on Wisp, will the breach surge... Does that increase the breach surge damage? I mean, it should, right? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is do one more round of defense. The ability works when it sticks to an enemy, it blinds them. When you kill the enemy, you'll pass it on to the next enemy, doing more damage. Okay. Okay. So essentially, you want to keep the breach surge going as long as you can. I mean, that just makes sense. So I'm going to do one more round here and get Wisp to level 30. And then it is almost 2:30 in the afternoon where I'm at, and I haven't had lunch yet, so I'm going to go get something to eat. Is Wilbur, you might know, is Will of the Wisp or Will of Wisp? I don't know how you say it. Is that a Helminth? And like you replace it with the Helminth? Is there any use to that particular skill? I mean, I feel like if you use it right, it would like there has to be some use to it, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to do much, or it didn't seem to do much. Gosh darn it. Disconnected from my team again. Okay. So that might be, I don't know, a mirage, since they have reworked the Eclipse skill. Maybe put Mirage or Roar, Eclipse or Roar on and get extra damage buff there or something. I'm sensing trying to reconnect to that team. It's always full by the time I do.
Control, prepare another confinement transport. Listen, ignorance is no excuse for an expired document. Next.
Does it make you invulnerable while you're teleporting? Maybe that's a reason to keep it on, is if you are taking a lot of damage, you can use your two and get away. I don't know. Pick up the Cyan Star.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. We are readying reinforcements. Keep fighting, Tenno.
Darn it. It does make you invulnerable, but only for 3 seconds. I kind of forgot what you were responding to. And it doesn't even make it a great skill because you can, if you want to become invisible to enemies, you can just shoot yourself up in the air and then aim glide and you become invisible. Where is this bad guy at? My favorite Warframe is probably Korra at this point. Um, I was actually looking just the other day at my stats, like my career with the game, and Revenant is who I have played the most of. Revenant Prime was my first Prime Warframe, and so I played with him a ton. And I like Revenant, but um, he's not my favorite anymore. I like Korra's grouping ability. Um, her second skill that chains and pulls in the bad guys. I love it. And I also like that you can use Korra's Strangle Dome, the Pilfering Strangle Dome, for farming purposes. I feel like that's a pretty useful thing. Also, just really great crowd control. And since in Warframe you're always going up against hordes of bad guys, the crowd control is pretty important, I think. And also, you can have two companions with Korra, which is, I think, pretty awesome. So, a lot of times, what I like to do on
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle
with
more than one
Korra
enemy.
is put the Smita Kavat on so that I get the charm. Get the Dread Blueprint. That's cool. Max rank. Um, and also have the extra companion, you know. I have not played with Ureli at all. I have not completed the Rising Tide quest, and I don't really like the K drives. They're I don't know. I'm not good at skateboard games, and that's what it makes me think of as skateboards. Uh, so I haven't spent the time to try to rank up with Vent Kids so that I can really make the most out of Ureli. I wish I had her though, because the Nightwave challenges where you have to kill bad guys while on a K drive, I think would be a lot easier with Ureli. What are Ureli's skills? I know that she has her own K drive, kind of like Titania has her own Archwing kind of thing. I mean, it's a razor wing, but whatever. But what else does Ureli do? and rank up fused reservoir.
Did you fuse your mods, operator? Did they anger you in some way?
Oh, Ureli has a grouping ability too. Well, maybe I ought to put her on my list of Warframes to farm out. So here's what I've learned today. I've learned a little bit about how Wisp can be used. Thank you, Wilbur, for teaching me about the not radial blind, the oh, whatever it is, the surge. Um, Bubbles that hold enemies in the air and take damage. Cool, 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 cool. And I also learned that I should be able to farm Wisp Prime, and therefore I'm going to hold off on putting a reactor on my current Wisp. Because I think,
Ordis is
yeah,
angry.
I think that I have
I may require maintenance after.
enough relics that I should be able to get Wisp Prime, and then I can put this one in Helmet. And yeah, so that'll be great. That'll be something that I'll try to be doing maybe whenever I'm not streaming, or maybe I'll set up a stream just to farm Wisp Prime and see if maybe I can drum up some interest in farming Wisp Prime. Um, Also, teaser noteworthy, I have another new Warframe that I'll be back on to demonstrate. Nisha Prime. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have played with Nisha, but just the base model Nisha. So this will be my first time leveling up Nisha Prime, and I'll get into that in another stream sometime. So, Wilbur, let's see. She doesn't take damage. Ureli doesn't take damage while on the hoverboard. Are you for real? That's incredible. Thank you, Wilbur. I appreciate you subbing. Um, I so my channel is um, a lot of Mass Effect stuff for right now because I'm a teacher and I try to use video games to help students understand stories and storytelling and characters and things like that. But I'm also just having fun right now, playing Warframe and streaming it and trying to make some connections with people that way. Um, and I think that that's a good thing. So I do appreciate your sub. Um, we should we should friend each other in the game so we can team up and play again more. Um, because I enjoy that too. So for today, or at least for right now, I'm gonna end the stream, and I appreciate your support as always, and hope to see you again. Thanks, guys.